in Gaza. The Secretary General is deeply disturbed by the horrible situation and the dramatic loss of life in several hospitals in Gaza. In the name of humanity, the Secretary General calls for an immediate ceasefire. And just to give you a bit more granular information that we've been receiving from the Office of the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs regarding Gaza, they tell us that all but one of the hospitals in Gaza City and northern Gaza are reportedly out of service as of yesterday, and that is due to lack of power, medical items, oxygen, food, and water, compounded by bombardments and fighting in the vicinities of those health centers. Al-Ali Hospital in Gaza City, which currently accommodates over 500 patients, is the sole medical facility able to receive patients amid increasing shortages and challenges. Hospitals and medical personnel are specifically protected under international humanitarian law, and all parties to the conflict must ensure their protection, and they must not be the object of combat. Any military operation around and within hospitals must take steps to spare and protect the patients, medical staff, and other civilians. Moving to the issue of trucks that we've been updating you on, a total of 115 trucks carrying food, medicines, health supplies, bottled water, blankets, tents, and hygiene products crossed from Egypt into Gaza yesterday. This brings the number of trucks that have entered Gaza since the 21st to 1,096. The UN Relief Works Agency warned yesterday that its humanitarian operations, including the distribution of aid entering through Rafah crossing, are expected to halt within the next 48 hours following the total depletion of its fuel reserves. In this context, two primary water distribution contractors working for the agency in the south ceased operations yesterday, leaving 200,000 people without access to potable water. Furthermore, humanitarian organizations are facing severe communications breakdown, which is also linked to the fuel depletion as the cell tower cannot work. Hundreds of thousands of people who are either unwilling or unable to move to the south remain in the north amidst intensified hostilities. They are struggling to secure the struggling to secure the minimum amount of water and food for their survival. The consumption of water from unsafe sources raises serious concerns about dehydration and waterborne diseases. The World Food Program has expressed its concern about the risks of malnutrition and starvation. In a meeting held today in Lebanon with the Lebanese speaker Nabi Berri and the caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati in Beirut, the head of UNIFIL, of the UN peacekeeping force in southern Lebanon, UNIFIL, Lieutenant General Aroldo Lazzaro, expressed his deep concern about the situation in the south and the potential for wider and more intensive hostilities. He underscored that UNIFIL's priorities right now are to prevent the escalation and safeguard of civilian lives. The meeting comes ahead of the Security Council's consultations on security